Well, the U.S. strikes on Iran will undoubtedly have global ramifications. The reactions to the development are quite polarized. While many countries are calling for a return to diplomacy, they're less united when it comes to specifying who is responsible for ensuring that that happens. So for more on this angle, France 24's international affairs editor, Shirli Sitbon, joins me now on set. Hi, Shirli.
Hello.
So there have been quite ambiguous reactions then from several world leaders. Can you tell us more?
Yes, you really have to look into those words. Let's start with the countries directly involved, not just Iran and Israel, but all their neighbors, the regional powers. Now, there have been mainly messages of great concern of more violence, more instability in more areas. You have countries like Lebanon saying, our priority is to not have any more wars spill over into our territory. Once again, because it has happened, we've paid a terrible price. We're hoping and trying to rebuild. Just don't let this get in here, and we're very concerned. Have all countries basically saying that. Started very early on with Iraq, also Saudi Arabia. Maybe we can look at the statement from the kingdom. Condemning very clearly the U.S. There's the tweet with a message from Saudi Arabia condemning and denouncing. They're saying we reaffirmed the context of a previous statement from June 13th where they said they would condemn such an attack, saying that the violation of the sovereignty of the Islamic Republic of Iran and calling to de-escalate, to exercise restraint, and calling on the international community in this period to use all of their efforts to bring back stability. What does that exactly mean? In any case, all of those saying that the countries in the area were actually secretly happy about this and saying Israel and the U.S. are doing everyone's dirty work. Well, they're not saying that. They're saying we're condemning this, and there's a threat of an escalation, and we're calling to restraint and to go back to negotiations. That's what Oman is saying as well, because they were a mediator in these talks between the U.S. and Iran about the nuclear program. If you want to look at other reactions, well, we can look, for example, at the Europeans and the UK. And the first thing we noticed when the tweet from Keir Starmer arrived this morning was a call to return to negotiations. But when you look at his tweets, and you made me think of that, is he starts with the fact that Iran, the fact that it has a nuclear program, that is a threat, and it has to be stopped. So yes, you see, that's not in the messages of Iran's neighbors, very cautious in the area. So yes, but everyone calling for calm, de-escalation, and also the IAEA saying that on Monday there will be an emergency meeting, and saying that, yeah, that there's a real threat there, and also trying to maybe reassure. The first elements show there's no higher radiation levels in the area so far.
And we're also just getting in now, Shirley, that Yemen's Houthi rebels have said that they are now prepared to attack Red Sea shipping routes after those U.S. strikes on Iran. We're going to change gears slightly now. I mean, what can Iran do? Does it have the capabilities to inflict any serious damage on either Israel or the United States in response?
Well, it does. We, like Noga said earlier, we can see that it has launched powerful missiles towards Israel this morning, and the interception rates are lower than before. You know, it used to be at 90%, and now it's much lower than that. Iran has threatened the U.S. before, saying, do not get into this war. You have soldiers in the area. We can retaliate. We know that. There are various U.S. bases and forces deployed there. They've intercepted various missiles from Iran. And in Iraq, the forces in Iraq, the U.S. forces in Iraq, have been targeted by Houthis in recent months. So yes, but also what everyone's looking at is also the Strait of Hormuz, because, well, some 20% of oil is traded through that. International trade, 20% of oil traded in the world goes through that strait. And, well, this narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf, it could be blocked by Iran. So that is also a threat there. That's basically, I mean, we can look into that throughout the day, looking at what Iran can do, but it definitely has means. So far, it has not used them.
Shirli Sitbon, thank you very much.